Early films were only able to capture stationary shots because the film cameras of the time were bulky and too heavy to move. However, capturing the movement of the subject at that time was seen to be enough of a spectacle in itself. The advent of lighter cameras in the mid-20th century influenced a host of new film movements, and filmmakers were able to move the camera in more expressive ways. During the 1970s, the Steadicam was invented, and filmmakers suddenly had the ability to create longer and smoother shots. The invention of digital handheld cameras in the mid to late 90s and their availability to consumers began to have an impact on the way that films were shot and distributed. Production companies began to realize the potential for profit using newly available digital technology on a small budget. This laid the foundations for the found footage film, which has remained popular in the last 2 decades. The mobility of the handheld camera has changed the placement of the viewer in relation to the film. Cinema before its arrival tended to stick to the convention of allowing the spectator to occupy a transcendent vantage point, which is both fixed and distanced. The handheld aesthetics used in films such as The Blair Witch Project and Cloverfield paradoxically work against the mobility afforded by these cameras in order to challenge our viewpoint in a more confrontational way. Whereas conventional films might present us with a particular shot in order to imply a meaning, the restriction of space within the handheld frame forces the viewer to piece together their own picture. The use of digital technology within this particular genre stands as a contrast to many recent developments within the contemporary digital cinema. Many contemporary filmmakers use smaller and cheaper cameras in order to easily use movement in ways which were not before possible, allowing them the ability to give new meaning to a scene which might not have been possible through the use of static camera placements. But as impressive as this technology may seem, its implementation has raised a series of issues within the film industry. Digital cameras can present problems of their own. With all of its advantages, digital technology hasn't proved itself to be a perfect format yet. Director Christopher Nolan has famously spoken out against the digital format, highlighting the many problems in regards to capturing motion, among other aesthetical issues. All of these attributes of digital cinema are, in essence, related to the fundamental non-indexical relationship that digital images have with the world, and they produce specific visual aesthetics that, for good or bad, belong to our digital era. Nonetheless, digital camera technology continues to evolve rapidly, giving us the ability to move easily through space and provide us with the flexibility to shoot when and wherever we desire.